Hello guys, welcome to Rise of Patience. Here we are in our first game. Oh my god, what is this? I've been having some weird issues lately. So this is our first game. In light blue we have Serman. Everybody knows Serman, he's a great standard player. On the other side we've got Expert player and Soren, or Your Dad I Am. These guys are in co-op versus Serman. While co-op is a great thing, it's a matter of coordination. If you guys can coordinate well, these two can coordinate well, then they can beat Serman. I don't think but just by themselves, Your Dad or Expert, I'll just call them Expert Dad, both of these by themselves cannot beat Serman, that's for sure. Expert is a great player, he's come a long way, but he still cannot beat Serman by himself, nor Your Dad. But both of these together, well, let's see. So on this, so he says, okay, Expert player just told them to take the villagers and bring them back with 3 minutes. It's like he's asking to walk the dog. They are Inca against Russians, so just by looking at the nation I can say Inca is definitely better nation than Russian, no doubt about it. So it'll also come down to rare resources. On this side Inca also got gems, so effectively gems plus Inca can reverse the border push that the Russians going to inflict on them. On this side, Serman is already building his second city. It's a good idea to do that, because the one way to beat Inca is to make sure they don't have access to any mountains. On this side, it looks like Expert Dad here are lucky that they've got this +8 mountain at the back, so if nothing, they'll at least have access to this. On top of that, they've also got this mountain and this mountain, so they are, yeah, they shouldn't have any problem for a long time. And there goes the second city for Serman. In fact, he's doing way better. Oh my god, how did he manage to do that? He already has a 90 food income despite getting 2 cities, and the Your Dad team here, or Expert Dad team, is not doing so well. They have not found the gems yet. They do have diamonds and spice. So diamonds with Inca, that's too overpowered, man. These guys already get so much wealth, and on top of that they're getting diamonds. I think Russians should have diamonds, since the Inca player is getting gems to cancel the border push from Russians. The Russians should also get diamonds to cancel the wealth bonus, at least by a bit. So there is furs here and dye. Well, the dye could have been used by Serman later for cheaper second save, but he's already gone that, so there's nothing he can do now. But he has an amazing start at this point. I want to see how many ruins did he get. Double the ruins. Really good scouting by Serman. At 330 he is aging with a second civic and perfect 100 economy. And let's see what these guys are doing. Since they are not on voice, I am assuming they are coordinating either just by feeling the game, or they are trying to they'll try to chat here for sure. So I'm going to watch it from their perspective, meanwhile also checking out what Serman is doing. So the moment Serman ages, he goes for Senate, University. On the other side, Serman is going for a mine. I mean, Expert Dad is going for mine. He's got, I would have chosen that mountain for sure, because even I think both these mountains are about the same distance from each other, but that mountain would give a +8. He could even get a mine right here, and he could tower that, so both the diamond and the mine would be secured. Getting Senate and University, and also getting the extra military. On the other side, Serman has moved the cap. They've got that notification for sure. Serman is building temple. Well, the thing is, none of the buildings from the Expert+Dad side are too close to the border, so this temple is only going to intimidate the Expert+Dad but not going to affect him economically. Also getting a stable here, that's great, and a tower in this position. Yeah, that is a weird position for a tower, but anyway, it's possible that Expert+Dad could come from here and try to raid. In fact, for Russians, it's very difficult to go raid Russians in case these guys go senator, but they are going despotism, so that's one good thing about them. He says infinite on heavy cavalry, a very good idea there, because Inca get tremendous amount of wealth, so with that they can afford to make infinite Q and on the heavy cavalry. They just found out about gems, but I don't see them using it. Now here's the thing that Expert+Dad on this side, these guys are going to raid here, but they, well, this could be a nice spot to raid by the horse archer at least. And in fact, even an ambush could work at this time, since there is nothing from Serman that's going to protect him from ambushes. You know what, if I would definitely suggest him to get a lookout here. This whole entrance could be sealed, and he could know about any possible entrances at this point. Even a lookout around here would be a great choice. Although Inca don't have to raid Russians in order to win them. Inca can easily outboom Russians. On this side, so you can see 48 wealth income versus 137. There is no way Russians are going to get more wealth than the Inca player. And let's see, well, another reason why this despot is required, because these raiding units, well, let's see, he still doesn't know that there's a woodcutter camp here, but these, and even then, these raiding units are going to die just by themselves, so these guys need to micro them really well. It's a good thing they are both controlling the same nation, so they can do that kind of micro. Ow. And there comes two simultaneous raids for Serman, which he's not expecting. Second civic being done meanwhile. Oh, there's a light horse which is not doing anything because of the defensive stance, and that wool merchant will also go down. Nice one there. I just got this. Oh, the horse archer got, oh man, the horse archer just, and Serman is aiming at the despot. That's a good idea, because if he gets the despot, he will get that 100 wealth. Meanwhile, another heavy infantry coming from on this side. Let's see, is he going to continue these raids? Oh yep, he got that 100. That's a really good thing to do. That was a pro move. Still 168 wealth versus 33. Yeah, there's no way. Serman is not getting close, at least now. He does have the militia upgrade. Nice. So that's a good thing about Russia. You cannot raid Russia from multiple positions, because you need to have a supply wagon in order to raid effectively. And so far, Expert player has not done enough damage to justify all these raids. He has I would say he has lost a lot more units than he has made use of. And there it dies. So the Expert+Dad team need to get their Senate. What's that despot doing there? Oh man, yeah, this despot should be tagging along the army. These individual raids won't do much. On this side, yes, Serman has already towered the first merchant. He does not know about amber, and he does not know. He is not using silk or dye or horses. Nobody's using horses. He knows about diamonds, but he has not raided diamonds yet. And a good tip for the expert team here would be, I'm sure they know that these guys are going to outboom Russians easily. So it's a better idea to, instead of aging, go for another science, and probably another science, since they are Inca. There is never any shortage of wealth, so they can get a lot of wealth. So going science 3 in H2 is a very common strategy with Inca. That makes their other researches cheaper. Oh, nice placement of lookout here. These units will be spotted. Oh, and that's great. 4 units from expert player. But now if he upgrades them, that's also going to be good. At this point also, the upgrade should be given a priority, since their units are already in the opponent's territory, instead of making another unit. I think this time they will take out the senator. That's a really effective raid. As long as the despot doesn't die, that's a very effective raid. Another one goes. And nice one by Serman. He gets the despot, but even then, and these are a lot of heavy cavalry. And the thing is, against these knights, the militia are not very powerful, but in numbers they can still do damage. Militia really are bad against those heavy knights in gunpowder age. Against those, I would never suggest going militia. Better to garrison them. Now Serman is playing too defensively, and this might cost him the game here. He has a decent enough knowledge income here. Yes, not on par with the Inca player, and obviously he should be expecting the Inca player to have more knowledge income than that. He's built another city here, but still the thing is, the Inca player doesn't care about how much territory they own. All they care about is they have access to mines, and Inca player here does. He has a +8 mine here and +6 mine, so there is no worry for the Expert+Dad team here. These guys are in fact going to be aging very soon. Serman here is going for silk now. Yeah, I would never suggest trying to outboom Inca. The only way you can beat Inca is either kill them early or continuously raid them. Make sure that they are forced to, they don't have anything except wealth there, because they don't get any other advantages apart from wealth. That's why you can easily raid their woodcutter camps, their farms, and that needs to be done. So overall, Serman has about a similar eco as these guys. Serman is also getting hanging gardens. These days, it's become a new meta to get hanging gardens. A lot of people get that. Experts asked Dad to control the army and raid. Meanwhile, he must be working on this eco. That's a good separation. These guys could go on another science right now. They're doing really well here. And there comes all these raids. Yeah, Serman should be putting more. Yeah, he just puts a lookout here. He should have put a lookout here, because Expert+Dad team has always been coming from this side, and sometimes this side. That's a very heavy raid. That's a very heavy raid. A nice move by the Expert+Dad team to sequester the despot away from the city fire. You don't want that guy to die. And whatever Expert+Dad is doing here, that sucks. You don't want to attack a farm with this massive army. And looking at how Serman is playing, his whole objective here is to kill that despot. Nice use of light cavalry by Serman. He is indeed minimizing the damage, but thing is, so far only Expert+Dad have been raiding him, not Serman. And Serman still has he's got a nice eco actually. 150 is not bad at all. I wonder if Serman is... He knows that there is something here and he's protecting horses, but he's not using it. And these Russian light cavalry, they are super because they... Let's see. Extremely fast, useful for catching enemy raiders, cheap and faster to build. They're cheap and faster to build. I think these are also excellent raiders themselves. Okay, now the Expert+Dad team here is ready to attack. This could be their final attack. On this side, Serman is going to age very soon. He just completed the Hanging Gardens and I am expecting he will try to max out his eco now. Does he know that there's an attack coming? No, he has no idea. That's also a smart move by Expert player, although it should have been done a lot earlier. These guys deleted the senator so that they could get a new senator with full health. At this point, even a monarchy would be a good idea. So this is a good army, except the fact... what are these villagers doing here? Oh my god. Anyway, one thing that these guys are missing is an explorer. And remember, Russians are known for spies. I see 2 spies have been made by Serman already. And I would expect Serman to spam spies at this point. What are these guys doing with all these villagers? Because with any other nation, against any other nation, militia could work, but against Russians, that's suicide. It reminds me of that meme, a very old meme. Okay, so instead of monarchy, these guys decided to go for military level 4. Not a bad idea at all. Although they have forgotten to upgrade. Oh no, they just clicked on the heavy knight upgrade. And let's see what Serman's reaction. Well, Serman is not at all ready for this attack. Oh yeah, and even monarchy, these guys, that's a very well coordinated attack. But Serman is not ready for that. No way he's ready for that. However, Serman could get some bribes. In fact, he should start getting these bribes as soon as possible. Serman also does not have a scout, which is underwhelming. I would expect him to get a... He is targeting the monarch. That's a really good thing to do. Now target the wagon. That's an excellent thing to do there. Now he could take out his lancers and start sniping those bombards on the other side. Let's see if he's gonna do that. Whatever Expert player did here, this was a big mistake. These guys, in case they fail to control the city, that would be the reason why. Oh my god, no, whatever, don't do that ever. Never leave your siege like that. This was a clear win for them. I can't believe these guys messed up here. And nice 6 spies from Serman. Serman also needs to take care because he almost lost that battle. Now these guys are back. The city is being repaired. On this side, pyramid for these guys. Yeah, I think they just wanted employment for these new people that they made. Now Serman has a higher higher knowledge income, and best thing is Serman has got science. So knowing Serman, I know he might want to go for the extra commerce. Should he go for that? No, he should not go for that because an Inca player is getting stronger every moment. Wealth income is also way bad. It's exactly or about half of what the Inca player is getting. So I just noticed these guys don't have as much wood income as I would expect, but they can still make it work with the next upgrade, because with this upgrade they would get 200 wood but just by the woodcutter camps. A 10 woodcutter camp is enough for getting 200 income. So these guys are back, and this time I'm hoping Serman will be better equipped for attack. Again, oh, finally they're making scout. That's a good idea. Last game, if they did not take the city, another reason for that would have been this lack of scouts. And as I said, come on Serman, you can't keep doing that. He is going for the extra commerce, but then it's fine. That's not the reason why he will not age, because the reason he won't age is that he doesn't have enough food for aging. Nice, 280, 300. So he is doing pretty good on his eco right now. He's closer to aging compared to the Inca player, but the Inca player has a way bigger army. This could be the last battle if Serman loses the city. And there's a heap of spies coming here. And there is a explorer coming. Let's see if Serman is going to target that. Oh, Serman should be targeting this explorer, but no, these light cavalries are really good for preventing raids, but as a part of the army they are not good. There is this explorer here now, and Serman does not have enough army to hold. Oh my god, he might lose this. Serman just aged. He could be doing this research to increase the hit point on his city. Anyway, a lot of 2 more spies who could be. Yep, he is getting that. He is getting that. The first thing in this case that Serman should get is the Minutemen upgrade. Oh, and well, so Serman got food income because of that, because he's Russians, and Russians get income when they lose a city. On the other side, let's see. On the other side, actually, these guys are doing well. They will be aging very soon. And Serman's finally started raiding. I do wish that he started raiding a lot earlier, but then it's better now than forever. And this guy has been sitting on the diamonds forever. So let's see, he's also aging and he's got enough army, like even, and Minutemen have come. In fact, more Minutemen should be coming. Nice, that's a very good idea by Serman. By the way, why are these units running so much in front? Need for the are these Fusiliers, because there are too many heavy knights on this side. Too many heavy knights here. Oh, and Serman's not focusing here, but Serman has to take these units out right now before they upgrade. Once they upgrade, then it's going to be too late. So one good thing is that all the heavy cavalries have been taken care of. Okay, all the heavy cavalries are out now. Serman can go in, and he has captured the city. A really nice move. On the other side, let's see. Expert+Dad here says stay. He's using militia. Okay. So expert player has some idea. I think he knows that since he's using militia, he's going to need some. He's got a very weak eco, and this is the perfect time to hit That's a good observation. And Serman should have made some defenses here. That I do think that he should have done that for sure. Like this fort is not in the best place possible. This fort could be here, right here. That would be a better protected place, because this fort at this point is not protecting either this city or that city or even this trading route. Okay, these Minutemen definitely bought a lot of time for Serman. And check this out, Expert player just bribed 3 units for Serman. Explorer being made on this side. Serman has lost a lot of his eco. He has put these citizens on infinite queue. He is sending musketeers to raid. And if Serman has to go back, then actually Serman can take out this army, man. This is not a lot. This is not a lot. He can, if he takes his Minutemen right now and goes all in, he could kill these units. It's now or never. There is not much time left for Serman. Eco-wise, Serman's doing fine, and actually eco-wise both the players are about the same. Serman is also raiding on this side, and these guys do not have the Minutemen upgrade. Oh, they have the Minutemen upgrade, and he's just not using it because a Minutemen could easily kill those musketeers. And this is a very open spot for raids. That's a lot of units. On this side, Serman just built another city. There is a nice woodcutter camp here. Serman is aiming for the next stage, and as I expect from Serman, he will not give that commerce a rest. But that's alright. He does have excess wealth. He has a lot of knowledge, and there is plenty of units there. Serman's finally building a lumber mill here, so he should be maxing out his wood income very soon. And at this point, what Serman needs right now is to get another library and start researching that industrial age as soon as possible. Yeah, nice move there. Get all these militia could also go there. Oh man. Another library, that's a brave move. He needs that right now for sure. So not a lot of units. Actually, there are a lot of units from both the sides. And these Minutemen, man, anybody watching this and does not agree how powerful Minutemen are is definitely delusional. Now, Serman's monarch is too far away. These units are not receiving the armor, or are they? Oh, there is a general, so that's good. Serman could be targeting that monarch because there is no other general in this army, so if this monarch dies, then these guys will not receive any armor upgrade. Finally, now I think the Expert+Dad team is planning for next stage as well. Serman has got a really nice eco here, but it's 270. Well, actually, the Expert+Dad team has about the same eco now. So, and plus 300 knowledge income. So that doesn't really help. And I think in Industrial Age, these villagers just automatically get upgraded to something that contains guns. Now, Serman could, instead of siege, just get some commandos and take one of these cities. That would be epic, man. That would be really epic. He could end the game right now with commandos. On this side, Expert+Dad is definitely not close. Like, he needs another 5 minutes before he can age. And Expert+Dad here also got a really nice eco now, 310. Serman here is, well, he's getting his oil income up. Serman shouldn't wait for, yeah, he should not wait for expert player to these guys to age. An expert player has already started using this city for eco. And this spy is going somewhere. I think it could be going to the library. Yeah, it's going to the library. He's going to find out. That's an excellent move as well. And actually, Serman can see that those air defenses have a huge range. And he just found out that expert player has aged. That might have been a bad move. In fact, I would even suggest Serman to start raiding. His eco, yeah, previously he was leading in eco, but no more. Wait, what's Serman doing here? Nice, finally more raids from Serman. And these are super annoying because they can continuously fire, although these are weak against these Minutemen. So a really nice upgrade by the Expert+Dad team. They indeed needed the Minutemen upgrade, and because of the Minutemen, these armored cars won't be doing much damage. Yeah, I guess someone just forgot about this. Alright. Nice attempt to raid here. Was he in ambush? Oh, he is actually still in ambush. No anti-defense for him. But it looks like the game is getting way more equal than it was before. Oh yeah, Serman has managed to... I have no clue how he did that, but he has managed to bounce back in this game. And nice raids by Serman. These raids are the only thing that can save him at this point. He is continuously creating armored cars. He should also just send commandos throughout the city so that any attempt to spy does not succeed. Check this out. That's the power of Russian attrition and border push. 412 wealth income for these guys. That's too much. On this side, finally, Serman is on equal footing with his 370 wealth income. One thing that he needs is he needs the oil income. He also needs to get his food and wood. I have no clue why he's not doing that. He has this one farm and one farm scattered in 2 cities with no granaries. That part could be improved. Because right now his eco is actually even behind. He's even behind the Expert+Dad player team. He will be aging soon. No, these guys are not going to age. 255 versus 395. Yep, these guys will age a lot earlier. He should keep up these rates. And what's Serman doing? He's got 4 commandos. Is he planning to take Cusco? Not a bad idea. He has moved his capital to Moscow, which is not a major city. Let's see, this can be a game changing. This can be a complete game changer if he goes to Cusco. Because expert player is not expecting at all. He has no lookout here. He will never find out. He has a huge army. There's no way Serman will be able to beat him in a one-on-one fight. Let's see. Where is Serman? Oh my god, Serman, what are you doing here? There starts the ambush. Is it an ambush? Oh yeah, there starts the ambush. And what can expert player see? Oh my god, he can see 4 commandos. That's so sad. I wonder if he's going to point out or not. Is any one of them going to notice that? And none of them have noticed. None of them have noticed yet. Oh yep, they did notice. It might be too late already. Let's see. And these guys are running back to save their city. That's a huge army, man. That's seriously a huge army. Oh, sad. He needed another commando. He needed just one more commando. It sucks. Can he take the city? Can he take the city? Such a close quarter, man. Come on, just one more commando would have done. So this is... Oh, he actually still takes the city. That's amazing. That's amazing. Expert player on this side is going to destroy that army, no doubt about it. He has got... But well, his eco is messed up now. And Serman is also aging now. And I guess these guys split up, which is a very good idea, except that there's no general here. At this point, expert or whoever is handling this main army should harass him. Serman is getting another. That's another commerce there. And Serman might even get this one. He's got a comrade. So it looks like the 4 commandos by themselves, they could not take out even the major city or even the small city. So 5 commandos is the bare minimum that I would suggest people to take when they're trying to take cities. And check this out, these guys actually know the number of commandos needed. They are going for, let's see, is it the stable or is it the city? And they're going for Polotsk. They're going for Polotsk city, and 5 commandos is just enough, as we have just learned. Okay, but just commandos won't do the trick. Serman had these units here. Serman has age now. He's still, well, 400 eco for him. I won't say if Serman is doing better than these guys or not, because it's very difficult to say at this moment. Serman actually has a better wealth income than Inca, thanks to Colossus. And these guys have had a huge army all this time, but they just, I don't know why they were not using it. That was very weird of them. And Serman needs to start focusing on his eco again. His wood income for some reason is just 210. Expert+Dad are also aging now, and in fact they have a better eco now, a better wealth income. Let's see what Serman doing here. Okay, that's a bunker. There are two commandos. Commandos are the only units that don't receive attrition in the enemy territory. And Expert Player is building Statue of Liberty. I feel Statue of Liberty is a great wonder against Russians because it just removes all the attrition damage. And this city could be taken. On the other side, Serman is. I think Serman should send these planes over this side to attack these, because there is no anti-aircraft here, and this city is very close to being taken. Now that's a huge army. Is he going to? Yeah, he is waiting to upgrade before he goes for that. He has the power of healing, while Serman here has the power of extra attack and extra defense given by the comrade. And if it goes as it is, then Serman might be losing this city. Serman lost this one for sure. And this happens in long game when it's too frustrating. This is obvious that Serman has got a lot of food. He could fill up this space. He could fill up these mines, but he just is not focusing right here. He has been leading in the score throughout the game. The only point when his score dipped too low was during when this city was captured. And really nice raids by Serman. He is beating Inca at their own game with knowledge. Serman again has forgotten about caravans. He's also forgotten about oil, because his oil income has been 132 for a very long time now. No anti-aircraft from these guys. That is a horrible mistake. These planes are super strong if they're not killed early in the game. Let's see, apart from that, Serman could be aging. Well, he will be aging to information age very soon. And once the Statue of Liberty completes, then there's no one stopping Expert Player from raiding indefinitely. Nice helicopter raids as well here. Okay, and there is an anti-aircraft battery finally. Alright, Serman is going to lose this city. And a big reason for that is going to be because he's playing with 220 wealth and metal and wood income for all this time. While these guys have been very careful with their ecos, they have maintained a 300 plus all this time. Hey HNZ, well, yeah, these guys waited for too long, and Serman has been keeping his, he said, keeping his eco in shambles for no reason. He doesn't have to do this. And hey, Saj SAJ0720, welcome to the stream. Expert player, Serman is still leading in the score. I don't know how he's doing that. He's got a crappy eco here, and despite Serman is effectively just using a single metal mine right now. What are these rocket launchers firing at? Come on, stupid rocket launcher. There is nothing there. The mine is not the problem. Fire at something important. On the other side, Serman is trying to siege something. Oh, he is taking care of the pyramid, while this heavy anti-aircraft is also shooting down these units. Well, it's a great idea. Oh, I thought he was killing the pyramid now. Shooting the pyramid, shooting any wonder for the opponent is a great way. These wonders provide permanent. These wonders provide permanent eco bonuses, so once you get that wonder out, then it's just very useful. A great eco, superb eco on this side. In fact, expert player and these guys are not even planning to age. They went for, or they could age. They can get that extra science now, and also the military level. I guess with capturing this city, they got the Colossus. Yes, Serman should have made this Colossus in a more secure city like this one. By now, he losing Colossus means he's got a wealth income with 3 caravans only of 300 versus 700 wealth income for the Expert Dad team. Yeah, you're right, man. Finally, he does fill up his woodcutter camp, but that's too late. The damage has been done. He is clicking on the information age now. But if he had filled up these spots a lot earlier, then he would have all these resources to build more units. And also, not forgetting that expert player and that also did a bad job with this army. That army was big throughout this time, but they were not using it. Now this is the part of the game where having 2 players in your team completely changes everything, because in late game, after industrial age, there is just so much you can do in this game that the bottleneck is not your resources or your army, it's about your micromanagement. Because when you start getting airplanes in the game and these commandos, you can do so much damage. So right now, this is the time when this co-op is getting the maximum benefit. And not to forget that this team still has not clicked. Oh, they just did. Okay, so they also clicked on the military level. I just checked the Expert Dad's castle, and they've got the last upgrade, which is strategy. Let's see if, and Serman has also got the last upgrade, which is strategy. The city of Archangel has finally been captured, and I don't see how Serman is going to come back from this. Thing is that these guys, well, they have the Statue of Liberty, so the unit upgrades is instant. They're a very impressive play by Expert+Dad together. These guys managed to take down a pro like Serman. It takes a lot of skill for this, and I want to say that both of these players have come a long way, and I want to see them play in probably in the next King of Sahara tournament next year, if we organize that. These guys are doing a tremendous job. For Serman, I hope next time he remembers to fill up the empty spots on the woodcutter camps and mines, because that's one of the reasons why he lost this game. That was a fun game. Let's check out the stats. So based on stats, Serman was leading with food, timber, and knowledge. Inca player Expert+Dad were with wealth and metal and even oil. Another thing, as I said, Serman also did not focus on his oil throughout the game. He never reached his commerce cap. Oh, Serman, that's a big detail. So Expert even beat you in a 1v1. Looks like Expert player is making big progress now. On this side, yep, army, the aggression from the side of Expert+Dad team was great. They always kept Serman on his toes, never let him breathe. That's one reason why Serman wasn't able to raid early in the game, because he was always in such pressure. Let's see, units killed, 446 units killed, largest army, everything goes to this team. All right then, thank you guys for joining me. That's it for today. I'll come back either today or tomorrow or day after with another game. Thank you for coming. See you all. Bye bye.
Yeah,